I'll talk about truth in body language. I speak quickly because the technology does not give me much time. You can get benefits from the knowledge of the messages coming from the actions and reactions because they can be completely out of the conscious perception of the person. The messages we receive without knowing often pushes us toward the sympathy and aversion. We say, I do not understand why I do not like that person. I do not know. The explanation is in what we perceived unknowingly. Therefore, we must pay attention. It is said that the first impression is the right one, but it is absolutely not true. What we are is a hidden treasure that we found looking, listening, and learning. We must try. You do not avoid things that require mental effort, and you will show your wealth in science. And now, have fun trying to figure out what others do not say. But now we have fun to understand the signals that the body sends. We investigate on gestures. We could talk about the way they dress, to walk, to smile, to fiddling with an object, but time does not permit. Do not try to change yourself because in that case, you risk of appearing rigid and blocked. If you are not accepted by others, it is their problem. Yours is how to love yourself, notwithstanding. The main signs that can be read involving the face, which is the most expressive part of the whole body. They can be revealing of feelings as discomfort, attention, need for affection. A few examples. If while we listen, the body moves forward, it means that we listen with interest. We demonstrate attention. We like to listen or to hear. Put the thumb under the jaw and the index on the cheekbone. The index indicates that the person is judging the situation as if watching from the outside scene. A person in this position hardly reacts aggressively to a question. The forehead is the mirror that immediately reflects the presence of worry. If the person has a problem, there are wrinkles on the forehead. Preening the forehead with the hand, however, it indicates that we are uneasy and we are trying to drive out the problem. If the person is listening and put the elbow on something, holding the palm under his chin, it is listening. But what really is important for her is to attract attention. He does not like to stay in the background and uses intelligence, intuition, acumen as a weapon of seduction. He does not know or understand others, and it is hard to exchange a sincere friendship with her. If instead clenched fists supporting his chin and leans forward, you can think that it is a person who is thrilled for little thinking, few words, and hangs from your lips. It is a person who seeks a strong and authoritative partners that advises what to do. At any age is childish. He does not know how to be independent. If the person smiles with his fingers on his temple and thumb near the ear, it is not very interested in what the others say. The person might even think that what is listening to is interesting, but his character leads her to be distracted, thinking about something else. It's seductive but unreliable. If the person put the fingers on the upper part of the neck, the wrist is a little bent, the elbow is leaning, other hand is clearly visible, and the bust is slightly forward, you have finally found someone who knows how to listen. The person has a generous and sensitive nature, although hears arguments of little value, thinks that it is fair to speak freely. This is an advantage for those who is a friend because this person knows to say the right thing at the right time, and he knows also how to be silent. Look at the person who is well straight, the face little bent to one side. Put the lower part of the fingers in the center of the face, just below the cheekbone. The arm is bent on the elbow and position is little natural. Despises the simplicity, but she likes to express it. Perhaps the strict upbringing does not allow her to speak freely. It is formalist in the relationship with friends, which sometimes do not know what to do. Finally, here is the person who listens, and he put his hand behind the ear, in his hair, has the very tilted head, and the neck is stiff. This is a truthful person. If it is bored, does not hide it, with friends, listen much participation, but it is sincere, clear, and leaves no accounts outstanding. I interrupt this topic. Though I would have much more to say, I want to focus some of neurolinguistic concepts on which I stopped before moving to neuroscience, in particular the study of the brain. The neurolinguistic divides people into three groups according to their method of learning: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, that is, using touch. If you're a visual person, you have a photographic memory. Usually, you have a rational attitude. Before answering the questions, bring your eyes up using phrases such as, "Let's see how to fix it," or "We'll look at how to do it." That is, sentences containing expression relative to the sense of sight. The auditory person, instead, learns by listening, often scribbling while listening, to concentrate because looking around would be distracting. Use phrases like, "Listen to me." The person who prefers the feel needs to touch the object of learning. It is an accurate person who loves the sentences and direct practices. If you understand which group your interlocutor belongs, will be useful to empathize with him. If we wonder why we like one person more than another, you may think that probably happens because it uses the same language, visual, auditory, or tactile, attracting our attention. If we know this, we can use it to capture attention using visual terms such as "watch the situation well" or "I see you," if she has already used these terms. Example, with a visual person, we have to expose our arguments using images, as if we tell the sequences of a film, describe places, colors. We will force it to look with your mind's eye, and this will like very much. We will be positively accepted if, to an auditory person, we exhibit our arguments carefully choosing the most appropriate words, such as "I feel that" or "I carefully listen to what you say." A kinesthetic is the person that mainly uses the touch, that play with objects. If, for example, it is touching her beautiful pen, and you put in some way in your speech the pen, then you will be accepted and appreciated. The tricks to getting the attention of another person are numerous. Often, unconsciously, we assume the same position of the person with whom we are talking to. We support the chin on the palm of the hand or cross our arms if he is doing the same thing. In this case, we will be highly appreciated. However, you must pay attention to imitate the position of the other person is a way to enter into communication. But beware, it is not best to not overdo it. Otherwise, who is ahead will think of being teased. Unfortunately, the weather allows me only to say goodbye. I repeat that you can communicate with me by using my email address info@giovannagenovese.it. See you again.